Hello everyone, my name is Manuel, and now I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about a TED Talk and the steps you need to take in order for you to actually perform on a TED stage. So first I'm going to tell you about TED, okay? TED Conferences is an American media organization that posts talks online for free distribution under the slogan Ideas Worth Spreading. TED was conceived by Richard Paul Schumann, who co-founded it with Harry Marks in February 1984 as a conference. It has been held annually since 1990. TED's early emphasis was on technology and design, consistent with its Silicon Valley origins. And it has since broadened its perspective to include talks on many scientific, cultural, political, humanitarian, and academic topics. TED events are also held throughout North America and in Europe, Asia, and Africa, offering live streaming of the talks. They address a wide range of topics within the research and practice of science and culture, often through storytelling. The speakers are given a maximum of 18 minutes to present their ideas in the most innovative and engaging ways that they can. There has been many speakers on that important stage. Some of them are, for example, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Clinton, David Cameron, and much more. TED has become an institution and an internationally recognized brand as a conference where through leaders speak about important issues and new ideas. Together with the smaller TEDx talks, the conference puts hundreds of speeches online each year, getting millions of views. Okay, now that we already know what a TED Talk is, what a TED conference is, I'm going to tell you some steps that you can follow in order for you to actually perform on a TED stage. Okay, let's start. Okay, the first step is find your big idea. You need to, the big idea is the key to your success. Your TED Talk will either blossom and grow or either die based on your idea. So it's important that you spend a lot of time crafting your idea. Some ideas need to follow these. For example, you have to use an intriguing, provocative questions to identify why something doesn't make sense and it needs an explaining. Okay, you have to build your idea with familiar taking points. Your idea needs to be relatable to your audience, and you have to think to use your language that resonates with your audience. Your idea should be stated in a catchy way so viewers will pay more attention and remember it more easily. And also, as I said, you must use storytelling techniques. So your listeners will need vivid examples, illustrations, and stories. So people are more likely to remember patterns, examples, and stories. Another step that you need to follow is to organize your thoughts. Organizing any speech is tricky, okay? And a TED Talk is particular because TED Talks can take on any form. Just like an English essay, you need to structure your persuasive argument. You need to take all the materials and points you have collected and collect them into a formulated structure. So you can do this in many ways. For example, you can create an outline in a Google document. You have to also write each major point on flashcards and put them in order to think the best fits. And if you are an audio person, the best way might be that record yourself as you are speaking. So don't worry if you ramble you just have to get all your points out of your head and capture. Okay, now that you have your idea, you have already organized your thoughts. Now the next step is to write a draft of your speech. Okay, now you have the outline or the beginning of your speech, so you should write it up. For example, when you are writing your speech, maybe you should like talk it out loud, so when you are typing it up, so you can hear what the speech sounds like. Something might look good on a piece of paper, but sound horrible and loud, or at least be awkward when you are speaking it. You should also consider to record yourself talking instead of just writing out the speech, because most of us are taught to write in a formal manner, but when we talk, we are a lot more casual. We use slangs and contractions and fragmented sentences to illustrate our points. Okay, now the next step is that you have to test your TED Talk. The point of this step is to get feedback on how to improve the structure and clarity of your draft. Ask someone to trust to give you a honest feedback to listen to your talk. Based on your listeners' feedback, make changes and will improve your draft. This is really where the magic happens, because, for example, you have to try out your new draft on somebody else and get their feedback. Repeat these steps as often as you need until your talk has taken a satisfying shape. Remember that a speech is never going to be perfect, and that is okay. You should keep it positive and refilm yourself, and your audience will love this talk. Okay, now that you have your TED Talk, your speech, and everything is okay with that, now the next step is that you have to nominate yourself. The most direct way to approach a TED is through a nomination. This is done either by someone else or yourself. When nominating yourself, TED requires a description of your idea, word spreading that your talk will focus on, and links to videos of your previous speeches or presentations. The nominations are accepted on a rolling basis, meaning that there are no deadlines. If being nominated seems like a task within itself, try the TED Fellows Program. The TED Fellows Program, it's a program that provides transformational support to a global network of 400 like-minded people around the world. The program teaches people how to talk like TED. Fellows are chosen through an open application program every year, and a distinguished candidate is somebody with the following points: someone who has achieved something remarkable, an upstanding citizen, a person with an innovative approach to solving world problems. The TED Fellowship program is difficult to get into, but your chances of getting into a local TEDx event are much higher. TEDx events are independently organized, but TED endorsed showcases run into the same manner as an annual TED conference. You have to do your research before choosing a TEDx event, because not all TEDx conferences are created equal. One may have a theme your talk will fit into perfectly. With our little research, you can find the TEDx event fit for you. TEDx is like the minor league for the actual TED conference, but not take them lightly. They are usually well produced and need to follow the TED guidelines. To graduate to a fully fledged TED Talk, you might need to work your way up through TEDx events. Remember, the better your TEDx talk, the better your chance with TED is. You have to research upcoming TEDx events, and the secret is making sure your application stands out. Prospective speaker should explain his idea, which is new, and why is they want to deliver the speech. You need to respect the theme of the TEDx event, because not all TEDx events have the same theme, but some do. So you should do your research beforehand to make sure your idea fits in the parameters of the TEDx event. If it doesn't, don't bother to apply. It will just be a waste of time. And the last step is that you have to market yourself. Marketing yourself is by far one of the most important skills that you can build. You need to become a master of promoting yourself. This may sound a tad egotistical, but if you truly believe your big ideas is worth sharing, you're really doing in service of your audience. you always think about what your personal brand is and how you can communicate that to your audience. How do you build a personal brand? One of the best and quickest ways is through social media. You need to spend some time connecting and interacting with people on social media, share ideas through Facebook, through WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram. There are many social media out there. So you have the more exposure you get online, the easier for TED to book you. To finish this video, I'm going to wrap everything up. First, you have to focus on yourself. You have to have a big idea, and you have to make many steps. Okay, you have to build your idea. You have to make speeches, outlines, and everything. You have to get feedback from different people. So your TED Talk is very important. There are many TEDx events throughout the year, and there are thousands around the world. If you make the effort to target your proposals and are persistent, your great idea will soon start spreading. Thank you very much.